This is an animated supplement for Chapter 23, Culps Hill, July 3rd, from the book Our Fathers at Gettysburg by Kunkel. By the morning of July 3rd, the Union 12th Corps was again firmly established on Culps Hill, with the only major difference being that on the south side of the hill, the Confederates still held the Union barricades they had taken on the evening of July 2nd. The 12th Corps commander had given orders to attack and take those barricades back. However, the Confederates intended to attack themselves, and Johnson now had all four of his brigades on the hill and a couple more on loan from Rodes' division, O'Neill's brigade and Daniel's brigade. Daniel's brigade had seen heavy action on July 1st, and so was not at full strength. As the Confederates were moving into position to attack at around 4 o'clock in the morning, Federal artillery opened up in preparation for the Union attack. The Confederates advanced first, and the battle on July 3rd was underway. On Upper Culps Hill, Johnson's brigades advanced towards Greene's heavily fortified line, and Greene was solidly reinforced by Canby's brigade right behind him. The Confederates advanced, fell back, advanced, and fell back, and advanced several times in this area, mostly fighting behind boulders and trees, but none of them even reached Greene's line. The woods of Upper Culps Hill erupted in a several-hour-long firefight. The fighting went on so long and the men used up so much ammunition that the Federals began working in shifts by pulling regiments off the line to immediately be replaced by other regiments, with the withdrawing regiment falling back out of the line of fire where they could reload, rest, and clean their rifles before going back into the fight. The Confederates, on the other hand, switched out brigades, with one brigade replacing another up on the front firing line. But as already mentioned, the Confederates made no progress in this area when it came to breaking Greene's line. Johnson now ordered Stuart and Daniel to attack the Federal position at what was called the Saddle, which was the depression between Upper and Lower Culps Hill. Both brigade commanders were appalled at what they had to do and protested the attack, but Johnson was firm. The attack of the two brigades was not well coordinated, and Stuart attacked first. He swung his line southwest, facing an open field that would later become known as Pardee Field. The Federals hastily reinforced this area. Stuart attacked, and the portion of his line that crossed the open Pardee Field was nearly slaughtered. His brigade soon retreated with heavy losses. Now it was Daniel's turn. His men advanced through the heavy timber, which helped reduce losses, but his men made no progress and he shortly pulled them back. Johnson now sent in the fresh Walker's brigade, also known as Stonewall's brigade, and it too made no progress. There was no possibility that the Confederates were going to take Upper Culps Hill. Down on Lower Culps Hill, 12th Corps Commander Slocum sent orders to his brigadier, General Colgrove, to attack at Spangler Spring, to take back the original Federal barricades. Colgrove sent back word that the attack appeared to be unwise, and he suggested sending out skirmishers to see if the attack was even feasible. Slocum agreed and sent back word to attack if the attack appeared to be feasible. Somewhere along the line, the communication was garbled, and Colgrove got an order to attack, no if. So he assigned two of his regiments, the 2nd Massachusetts and the 27th Indiana, to make an attack that clearly appeared to be suicidal. The two regiments advanced, with the 2nd Massachusetts in the lead. It got about halfway across the field before it stopped to return fire and was slaughtered in the process. Both the 2nd Mass and the 27th Indiana retreated, leaving hundreds of casualties on the field. Seeing the Federals retreat, Confederate Brigadier Commander Smith ordered two of his regiments to counterattack. They did so and got the same reception that the two Federal regiments had received. The two Confederate regiments retreated, leaving hundreds of their men on the field. Mercifully, at around noon, the fighting here at Culps Hill ended. Lee's troops had made no progress at all, but had been bled heavily in the attempt. For much more on this battle, including descriptions by the soldiers involved, as well as photos, illustrations, and Google links to the actual battlefield locations. Please refer to this book.